So I was at a Havasu this last week, and I just like kept finding myself in this scenario where I just didn't have anywhere to like hang bumpers off my boat. And it's like ridiculous that Malibu doesn't have, or not just Malibu, but like most wakeboarding boats. Well, maybe nowadays, but my year, make, model, that we don't have anywhere to like hang bumpers off. There's no cleats, you know? So I'm gonna put a couple of pick points on this thing, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So here's where I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna put one right here, so I can just hang bumpers off, right? And then I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna put one right here, like in this area, so I can just hang one off the side right here. And then I think you know, if I want a third one, I'll just hang it off of here or something. But I definitely need to install some pick points. And here's what I'm gonna use to do it, right here. So this is the product. I found it on Amazon. It's, let me get you an exact name actually. What's this thing called? Bear with me. It is called, sorry for the wind, it's pretty gnarly out here right now. It's called a marine grade 3/16 stainless steel spring loaded fender hook. The longest name ever. What is that about? Okay, well, we're gonna find out how this thing actually works. Let's disassemble it real quick, and then we can get a better idea how we're gonna install it. Okay, let's do that. So here's how it works, right? It's a spring loaded deal, so it's like gonna pop down and sit kind of flush on the wherever you install it. So imagine that's what it's gonna end up looking like. You're gonna pop it up and twist it, and then you can hook your buoy to this or whatever, you know. Not really designed to, you know, tie off your boat, you know, but definitely sturdy enough to hold a bumper. So that's what I'm using it for. So then you just twist it, goes back down. Super cool design, actually. It's gonna be clean. So there's a C-clip holding this thing on right here. Let's try and get it off. Let's see how hard this is. I'm just using a flathead screwdriver, and then I'm just twisting it. That was pretty easy to get off, actually. Okay, we got that. I put that down. Spring comes off. Sleeve comes off. Right, so this is gonna get mounted into your boat, and there's 3 holes right there we're gonna screw through. But we have to create a hole in our boat this size of this so that it can go through, sit, we mount it, then this goes through, and it has a little notch right here. I don't know if you can see that notch right there. So you line up this notch with that, and then so that's through your boat. Then what you got to get on the underside of it, so you got to make sure you can access the underside. Throw that spring on there, and then the C-clip back on there, and you're in business. All right, I have the first spot located. I'm gonna put this thing, it's gonna be right here. Okay, so there's a little bit of a concave right here. It's like a little bit concave, so I'm gonna make sure that this thing sits flat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just set it on here. Okay, I'm gonna set it on here, and I'm gonna look. I have my eye. You can't really see because I can't get the camera as flat as my eye. I'm literally gonna lay my head down and look along here and make sure that this entire thing is sitting flat. Because if you ride it up this way, it's gonna, obviously there's gonna be a gap. You need to make sure you have it completely flat. Okay, so now I see that, and then I'm gonna put it kind of in the center area. I'm gonna make it look like it belongs on the boat. I'm not gonna put it, you know, here or like right here. You know, I think if I put it like right in this area, it's gonna look, you know, I'm trying to make it somewhat equal all the way around so it looks nice too. Okay, but most importantly, it's flat. Okay, so now that I have a general area, I'm gonna put some tape down. I'm gonna mark it out, and we're gonna start drilling holes. Okay, we've got our spot. We're gonna put some masking tape down. This is just to avoid any like spidering or cracking when you're drilling through fiberglass. This just helps with that. So I'm just gonna go ahead, it doesn't really matter if they're overlapping. I know I need a couple pieces because I only have like 1 inch. I don't know, maybe that's 1.5 inches. But anyway, we know this is going here. So now I'm gonna get myself a pencil, okay? I've already checked underneath this area to make sure there's no wires or anything that I'm gonna be drilling into that I'm gonna damage, okay? So always make sure you check behind this to make sure there's nothing you're gonna mess up, okay? So I've got this thing in a nice spot. I really like where that's at. I'm actually gonna even make the holes, yeah, something like that. It's totally flat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark each one of these holes here, okay? Without moving it, just checking all those holes. I'm gonna make sure, see I moved it a little, I'm gonna make sure each one of those little dots I just drew is dead center in each one of those holes, okay? Just double check it, look at it, make sure it's dead center. Okay, now I can remove this because it doesn't even matter. So you don't have to trace it around there or anything. You now have 3 dots left. Okay, I'm gonna let you see that. So now you have these 3 dots, right? 1, 2, 3. That's where we're gonna be drilling through, but that's where we're gonna actually like be screwing in, right? That's not actually the hole we need to create, okay? So to do that, I'm gonna use this 3/4 inch hole saw, which I didn't see any in the description, or it didn't come with like a directions or anything, you know, so it didn't say what size hole saw you need or what size hole you need to make. So I'm gonna start with this 3/4 and I'll be your guinea pig for you guys. This seems like it's the right size, so all I'm gonna do is match. I'm gonna put this dead center in the middle of these holes right here, and I'm gonna just go for it. I'm gonna just screw it, because if I get even close to where I want it to be, it's gonna be fine. So all I have to do is make sure I make one clean hole, and then what that's gonna allow is for this to just go right through, and then you're gonna be able to make new marks and just make, you know, drill some pilot holes here and screw it in. So, all right, here we go, the scariest part. Putting a hole in your boat. You gotta just commit to this. You can't like just back off. You have to just slowly, consistently let it happen. Just nice and steady. Consistency is the key here. You can speed it up a little bit once it starts, but just keep steady pressure. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna back it off. I'm not through yet, but I'm gonna back it off. Make sure you're wearing eye protection for this, because you don't want all this stuff getting in your eyes. But I have like quite a big buildup here, so I'm gonna actually I'm gonna clear this out. I'm gonna clear this out and then keep going, because it's pretty thick right here. All right, got that cleared out. Let's finish this. Oh, we're through. All right, I'm gonna actually just make sure we're golden. Okay, all right guys, moment of truth. Let's see if this guy fits in there, huh? So that was the 3/4 inch hole saw that I used, and money, that is perfect. Okay, cool. All right, so now we can take this tape off. Take this off. See how you're left with that clean hole? Nice. See how clean that hole is now that you took now that the tape's gone? It really helps keep it from like splintering or cracking. All right, I'm gonna go and tape this down so that I can, as tight as I can, because I'm gonna have to put some pressure on the underside of it, and it's just gonna want to fight against me. So you could just have someone hold this if you have someone close by. You could have them just like push down on it, which I may end up having to do, but I'm gonna try it this way in case someone's doing this by themselves, like me. Okay, let's try that. All right, so somehow, some way, I have eye protection on right now. I have like my glasses on so that I don't get fiberglass in my eyes, because when you're looking up at this, you touch this stuff and like fiberglass is gonna fall down, right? So I had this stuff taped back, but I let it go too soon. Anyway, I'm gonna put this on here. I'll put this spring on here, and I have to just get it up past that little, there's a little slot, and then I'm gonna just get this C-clip worked on there, and I'm on. Okay, right there. It's clipped in, ready to go. Cool, now I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a go up top, see what happens. All right, let's see how this thing works. Take this tape off. Cool, let's give it the old spit shine. All right, boom. So twist and it goes down, up, twist, locked in, solid, down. No issues, cool. Buoy's up right now, right? And you can just have it there and just throw it over the side, she's in. Perfect, okay. Take it off, stow that, good to go. Cool, love it. All right, all in all, that wasn't too difficult, you know. The hardest part, probably drilling through the hole and then getting under there and putting that spring on, you know, that was a little difficult. But super stoked. It's gonna help me so much when I'm coming up to the dock. I don't have to, you know, worry about jumping out. And I've been just like tying off bumpers to the dock itself instead of my boat, which is ridiculous. So this is gonna save me a lot of time, and it's gonna make me much more comfortable coming up to the dock. And thanks guys for joining me on this little mission. If you liked it, you know, hit that likes button and subscribe. And if you love fishing videos, I have a lot of those up too. I have some pretty fun ones that you can go check out on my channel. So check it out, and I will see you next time.